Ever wondered what the heck a modern nomad is? Or have you ever seen people traveling full time on YouTube or TikTok and thought, how are they able to do this? Well, this is how we are doing this nomadic thing. This is a day in the life of living as a modern day nomad.
Real professional.
Yeah, real professional. You just gotta hold your mic, you know?
Right.
Very, very intriguing, also.
Can I sit on? I want to be on your side.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun editing.
Yes.
Yeah, so how we do this?
How do we do this?
We deliver a lot of food.
We do.
We drive a lot.
We do.
I think the most I've ever drove in the same go was to get here. So the 8 hours.
7 to 8. Yeah, to get to Maryland from North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah. That was a drive. I would not like to drive over that again. Like, not that
long ass fucking.
Yeah, no, we're gonna cap our driving time at like 5 hours.
No, less. If I'm doing 4, I'm probably upset about it. Ideally, my sweet spot is 2-3.
Okay, yeah, that is.
Yeah, but we do this by door dashing. That's our form of income, and trusted house sitters as a way of staying in different states from place to place. Trusted house sitters has been quite the experience. Would you like to share how our experience has been?
It's definitely been an experience. We started real high, real at the top.
Yeah, that was a good first.
A really good one.
Yeah, a really good first. And then from there, it's kind of showed us what the range of experience can be. Really great to really not so great to pretty alright to really great again.
So like we were at the tippity top of the roller coaster, and then we've just been going up and down since
on
then.
ever since. So that's been interesting, and just like realizing that not everyone was raised the way that you were. Whereas
no,
like
not at all.
Hospitality, generosity, and like cleanliness goes, Puerto Rican, it always gives very much eat, and then the house is clean, and you're clean, and everything's clean, and it's when you have people over, you treat them more like family than your own family, and like that's kind of that's my background.
Yeah, I was just told to clean the house before other people come.
Clean everything.
Clean the house whenever something's out of place.
Listen, and I'd be like, no one's coming in my room, but that doesn't matter. They could have if they wanted to. Like, no room, no space was off limits. It was very much, you're in this space, it is your space as much as our space. My mom had a rule, actually, that if you came 2 times or more to our house, you were part of the house. That means you did your own dishes. That means if she needed to spank you, you was part of the family. You only got one real good guest stay, and then you was part of the family. You were absorbed into the family unit. So just realizing that everyone's upbringing is way different, so it affects how they navigate the world and how they treat others is.
We're definitely getting the tea on how other people live.
Yes.
The full experience.
All of it.
It's not always enjoyable. Definitely making for some stories. And hopefully ones we can laugh about after we leave this space. But in the moment.
And honestly, if y'all want story times, we got them. We definitely got them. So
more than enough.
you let us know. But I think what I want to do is kind of de-influence you from this type of life, because I feel like it's very romanticized. Full-time travel, being a nomad, being a digital nomad, backpacking. I've seen a lot of videos like that. Like, I will always say, like, if it's for you, it'll be worth it, because like anything for you, the challenges were also made for you. Does that make sense? And so like, if it's for you, it'll be worth it. If it's not for you, however, you will know very quickly.
So we're gonna attempt to give you the truth and the hard truth.
So what are the challenges of living in this life? Living this type of...
Specifically for me is having to adapt how I'm driving, coming from someone that has drove mostly in small towns in the South, driving in bigger cities. So it's a wild time. It's a wild time. Not always enjoyable. The drive itself, some are very pretty. You get to see like pretty spaces and like nice things and things you probably wouldn't see if you were like in a house or
Yeah.
whatever. Like the other night we were coming back from door dashing, we got to see the strawberry moon.
That was intense, yeah.
That was really pretty. We
Pretty.
get to see some really pretty sunsets. So like the views make up for it, but sometimes the driving is definitely challenging.
Yeah.
Because I'm learning that like like you were saying, not everyone was raised like in the way we are. People
Yeah.
are not taught to drive how you were.
No
People
facts.
drive crazy,
Facts.
crazy. Um, that's definitely a challenge. Um,
And it, like it's very specific to Maryland, but all these goddamn bridges over water. And coming into Maryland, coming into Cambridge, we had to drive over like a 17, 18 mile long bridge
and
tunnel
tunnel.
under and over water
Mm-hmm.
straight, no
Mm-hmm.
stop. And then like there have been shorter ones, but like short by whose measurements? There's like a 7 mile one, and then there are
Yeah, no, the 7 mile one went up higher than the seven.
then the
I'm
seven,
gonna
at
tell you
least
guys
the
right now,
17 was like a steady.
steady. I don't like heights.
Yeah.
I especially don't like heights over water.
I like heights. I'm realizing in specific scenarios. Like I like heights and like a roller coaster,
Yeah, I don't do roller
slingshot type of
coasters.
vibes. The heights over water where like you're really, I mean, I guess this is the case when you're on a roller coaster too, like the idea that you're in God's hands, you're in the universe's hands, like anything can happen. I guess that's true in roller coasters too, but I don't know, it feels even more so when we're going over the bridges, and I'm like, and then there's also the challenges that come along with DoorDash being your form of income. For one, you gotta leave the house, you know?
You gotta leave the house. Sometimes you have to interact with people. Not everyone says leave a door.
And this is probably
Shout out to
niche.
y'all.
Yeah, this is probably niche because not everyone probably really like. There are a lot of people who work traditional jobs. Is what I'm trying to say. So like a lot of people are like, yeah, girl, you got to leave the house. Yes, you got to interact with people. But what you're not understanding is that we look for non-traditional ways of working so we can mitigate the amount of times that we have to leave the house and talk to people. Um, and I get it. That's very again niche and probably very like our generation minded, but that's just the truth of it. And then also like we've covered the fact that people drive differently, and so and you think about how many car accidents and like how dangerous driving actually is. I know we do it so much we don't actually think about it, but it is. They used to say like, oh, you're more likely to die in a car crash than you are to die on a with a plane crashing, even though these days someone got to re-up that statistic. But I don't know, I have clearly I have a lot of car trauma, but I don't like that's one of the challenges. Like you have to be on the road, you have to deal with the people on the road, you have to deal with the energies on the road. I'm an astrology girly, so that means full moon energy, whatever the fuck is happening in the stars, you see it on the road and you still gotta do it because that's how you make your income. It's very tied into your output. Your input is your output. And so I don't like that is a huge challenge.
Yeah, yeah, definitely having to like adjust and because there will be some scary moments, and we got to keep driving
Right.
because people want their food.
And it's not that we have like we'll definitely play it by ear. Like if we're really not liking the vibes, we
Well,
trust
absolutely.
in our abundance and in the abundance of the universe. I know I'm getting woo woo and I might be losing you, but that is how we approach it. So if we really don't feel good about it, we won't do it because we trust that we don't have to be put in a situation that we don't want to be in order to have our needs met. That's just kind of how we navigate the world, which is why we want to eventually make our money through content creation. So thank you to everyone watching. I appreciate you.
Helping us stay in the house.
Honestly. So, go ahead and, subscribe. Join us on this journey. Engage with the content. Please. What makes it worth it?
I think a highlight for me is that even though we're driving and obviously got to be focused on the road, you still get to see pretty things. The views and the sights are nice, especially the ones that you wouldn't be able to see if you were just staying in one spot or like walking around. Sometimes we're far distances.
Yeah.
It's nice to like explore a new space in a different way. Sometimes the people interactions are also worth it. People are funny. Um, people, most people are also kind.
Yeah.
Um, so like small moments like that, like what was it? The other day we were driving, we were at a stoplight, and a kid was making silly faces in the car next to
Yeah,
us.
that was cute. That was really precious.
Sometimes you just have little moments of like joy sprinkled throughout all of the chaos and challenges.
Yeah.
Um, Highlight this week was being able to see the strawberry moon
Hmm.
rising. I'm a moon person, so that was great.
Another highlight, I think, is the fact that we get to curate our life. Like from day to day, we get to work our creative like limb and create our days and
Oh,
make it
yeah.
however we want it to be, which is a huge plus because I feel like, obviously, late stage capitalism is around the promise that if you work really hard now, you'll get to do that later. And part of doing this life means choosing, opting in to doing that now and trusting that it'll work out and trusting that it's worth it and trusting that that's what this life is about living your most rawest, freest, most liberated expression of self, and being able to curate your life and being a creator, a co-creator of your life.
Yeah, I gotta second that because I am enjoying the fact that I can have a late start to my days instead of
Mm-hmm.
having to wake up and rush to a traditional job. I don't miss that
Yeah.
at all. I like enjoying like the start to our days and then like taking the start to our days for us
Yeah.
and what we're needing and then moving
Mm-hmm.
into like um like the working portion of our day.
And all the nature. Even though I have a love hate relationship without that, with outdoors, the great outdoors, I do love being able to see a lot of beautiful things. So.
I will say this lifestyle is allowing me to be outside kind of the same way I was growing up. Spent a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time outside growing up and kind of lost it a little bit. So I'm really enjoying getting back to that.
I think another highlight for me would be just like, I don't know, those moments of like exquisite uh, present mindedness, which is a lot easier to find when you're living in alignment with your higher self, when you're living your truth. It's a lot easier to get in those moments of flow state where you're just completely content. Where like in that moment you know that you wouldn't change a single thing, and you know that like in that moment all of life is happening. I feel like there's a lot more moments like that again when you're living your truth, and I love those moments more than everything other part of this. Like it's the highlight of all highlights where I'm just in those moments like fuck, I'm so happy.
I feel like since we've started this, I'm continuously learning to let go of expectations and like to release the hold I have on like set routines and how I think things should look. Definitely continuously learning to go with the flow and um, so I get more in touch with my body and listen to what it's telling me because in traditional settings, if my body was telling me something, I more than likely didn't have the space or the time to listen to it. And that's not the case with this part of our like this journey. I definitely have the time and the space to feel and listen to my body. And that's been a wild thing to come into. What I'm grateful for is to like reconnect with my body and reconnect with nature and just to be in like a space where I can fill my days with joy and not dread.
I feel like I'm also learning to release expectations. Also, I feel like a big thing that I'm being asked to learn on this journey is like carrying the peace of mind and the mindfulness that I cultivate in my morning routine throughout the day, because like it's really easy to be at peace and to be all zen and whatever the fuck when you're on your mat or when you're outside or when you're, sitting in silence or looking at the stars or whatever the hell you do. But when
Yeah.
you're out there dealing with people on the road, doing DoorDash, whatever the hell else, it's really easy to get caught in the mind and its chatter and the spirals and the insecurities and the negativity and all of the things and the density, the heaviness. So I think this phase of life is teaching me how to carry that level of levity that I have in the morning throughout the day, that level of mindfulness throughout the day, um, and teaching me how to have joy always. Because joy is elatedness not based in circumstances. That means no matter what the hell is happening, you can still hold joy. And so, like, being able to hold joy and whatever the hell else. I watched this video the other day on TikTok, and it was talking about how it was woman talking about how each problem in her life, she felt like as soon as she was able to love herself in that moment, whatever it was, it would kind of lift a little bit. And I feel like I'm definitely learning that too. Can you love yourself in all the moments? Can you love yourself when it's difficult? Can you love yourself when you're not making what you want to make on DoorDash? Can you love yourself when it's hard to find the next sit? Can you love it? So I feel like I'm learning some some of those things. And gratitude. I'm just grateful to I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be doing it. I'm grateful to be doing it with you. I'm grateful to not have to do it alone also because it allows me to trust in it a little bit more, to know that we're doing it together. I'm grateful to all the people that opened their homes to us, and I'm grateful that we decided to do this and we followed through and we didn't just keep it as a dream.
I'm grateful that we actualized it.
Yeah. And I'm grateful that you're here with us. Thank you for watching. Again, if y'all want that story time,
Let us know.
we got them. Listen. Um, yeah. Let us know what y'all want to learn about this type of lifestyle, about trusted house sitters, DoorDash, traveling full time, wherever the hell else. Anything you guys want to learn or know about. um, yeah. Yes. Oh, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
And yeah.
And the uncomfortableness of this lifestyle.
Yes. Is uncomfortableness a word?
You're asking the wrong person because I'm gonna make it a word.
I think it's discomfort. Well, okay, sorry, that was a tangent.
But uncomfortableness just fits better.
When you said it again right there, I feel like I know 100% now that it's not a word. Sorry, keep going.
I lost it.